Good morning and welcome to AGORACOM Small Cap Stock News. It's Monday, March the 24th, 2014. I'm Alan Barry Labucan. I'm the Chief Market Commentator for AGORACOM. And every morning, as usual, I go through my routine. I look through a bunch of press releases, try to find the best ones that stand out to me. I give you some insight into what I see in the news that stood out, and also what I see in their stock charts. On today's show, we've got about 6 companies. We try to keep it to around a 10-minute time frame, so I'm going to get right to it. The first company I wanted to talk about today is Forum Uranium. Forum Uranium has a joint venture with NextGen Energy on a project in the Athabasca Basin in Saskatchewan. Last year they drilled it, and although they didn't get sort of spectacular results, they did get some encouraging drill results that need follow-up. And so we know that they've got uranium as in their drilling. Now we want to see if they've got something significant in there as well. So they'll be going back with a 3,000 meter drill program to determine that, or at least try to get a better handle on what they have there. The stock is up a half a penny today to 45.5 cents on 86,000 shares traded hands. Just looking at the stock chart, and it's been doing a lot better since November, making higher lows and higher highs. Looks to be a pretty solid stock chart here. Now I'd like to see them make some discoveries with their drilling, and that would help out the stock even more. FDC is their stock symbol. They trade on the Venture Exchange. Next up is Marathon Gold. Marathon Gold has a project in Newfoundland called the Valentine Lake Project. And they had some good drill results near surface. They hit 16.5 meters of 2.53 grams per ton gold. Included in there was a subinterval of 10.92 grams per ton gold over 0.83 meters. They had another hole with that was also near surface, 12 meters at 2.24 grams per ton gold with a higher grade subinterval. You can find the table with the various different drill holes in the press release. Just looking at the stock right now, and it is down a penny today to 27 cents on 19,000 shares trading. This one's a pretty patchy trader, very difficult to get an idea on the stock chart. I'm not even going to try. MOZ is their stock symbol. They trade on Toronto. This is a company that could definitely use some help with their audience building. But they do have a project worth taking a look at. MOZ, again, is their stock symbol on Toronto. Next up is Mountain Province Diamonds. Mountain Province Diamonds announced that their project is 17% complete at the end of February 2014. First production on schedule for Q3 2016. This is a 51% owned project by De Beers Canada, and Mountain Province Diamonds owns the 49%. So they're moving ahead with things quite nicely at the project up there in the Northwest Territories. Today the stock, Mountain Province stock, is down 4 cents on only 2,500 shares traded hands. It's last at $5.17. Just looking at the stock chart, it's been kind of going sideways for, since about May last year. The bottom end of the range is around 5, top end of the range is around 570. It just sort of seems bouncing back and forth between those two. So we'll see. It's kind of a long inflection point. We'll see where she goes from here. MPV is their stock symbol. They trade on Toronto. Next up is Ecuador Gold. Ecuador Gold released a resource calculation from their Santa Barbara project down in Ecuador. and they increased their by 1.6 million ounces of gold, their indicated mineral resource at the Condor Gold Project to approximately 8 million ounces of gold. They also increased by a little over 500,000 in the inferred as well, which reaches their inferred to 2.6 million ounces of gold. I don't generally look for a lot of projects down in Ecuador, but it's a pretty substantial resource. The stock right now is trading down 1.5 pennies to 8.5 cents on 675,000 shares traded hands. It's definitely been a lot better on the stock since June, but we're talking about better being, moving from a few pennies up to 12 or so cents. Nothing to write home about, but they definitely have a project of merit there. EGX is their stock symbol. They trade on the Venture Exchange. Next up is Silvercrest. Silvercrest announced their 2013 financial results. Some of the highlights from that is cash flow of $26.1 million. Their cash operating costs was $7.78 per ounce of silver production. I don't know what their all-in costs are there. The revenue was $54.9 million. You can find all the details from that news on the company's website and look for their press release. Stock's down 19.5 cents today. The market didn't like this news. On 694,000 shares traded hands, it's last at $2.08. Just looking at the stock, wow, it had a good run from the December lows of around $1.60 all the way up to $3.05. It's given back some of those gains, but it's now looking like it's at a support level here, and we'll see if it can hold support, and then I think it can bounce off of that if it's able to hold that support. I do like this company a lot. I've picked them a lot in the past. SVL is their stock symbol. They trade on Toronto. And finally, the final company today is Fission Uranium. Fission Uranium announced their best hold to date from their project in Saskatchewan, the Patterson Lake South project. This one they hit 53.47 meters of total off-scale readings on their field testing. So that's the thickest intersection of off-scale that I've seen from this project, and they're really in a sweet spot now. They've been getting these really thick intersections of super high grade on several holes recently, and I'm quite encouraged to see what that what means as far as added ounces of, or pounds of uranium. But things are looking great for that company. The stock's up 4 cents today on 1.75 million shares traded hands, last at $1.65. Just pulling up the stock chart here, and this one's been on a beautiful run since back in May when it was trading at 60 cents. It had a run up to around $1.40, gave back some of those gains, and then went sideways from about end of September until mid-February. Since then, it's had a very nice move. It was trading around $1.20 in mid-February, and now has, looking like it's making all-time highs, and I think it's got more of those to make. FCU is a stock symbol. They trade on the Venture Exchange. So that's all the news for today. As always, before making any investment decisions, it's important for you to do your homework and speak with your financial advisors. Check out our shows Monday through Thursday. That's the news shows. I do those in the morning. I go over a bunch of press releases, try to find the best ones. And then on the end of the week, I take all the news from Monday through Thursday and I find the best ones out of those to feature at our Best of the Best and weekly news show. So look for all of those shows at agoracom.com, also at a blog.agoracom.com, and on my website at alanberryreports.com. On that note, you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.